So many people ask me, Chris, why do you care so much about corporate culture? Why do you care about the workplace like you do? Here's something that I want you to think about. Over 90,000 hours of your life is going to be spent at work. 90,000 hours, assuming you live to be 75, which is, average number, which is obviously still going up. You're going to spend 90,000 hours at work. So then my question started to become, why should it suck? I mean, why is it that everyone has to have multiple years of just bad workplace environment? I mean, I don't think that we all get up, work as hard as we do every day. Some of us, 7 to 7, 9 to 5, or whatever your work schedule looks like. Nobody gets up and says, "Ooh, I'm looking to have a bad day today." And I think what has happened is because jobs have become so scarce, because we hear so much about this grateful attitude that we should have, that we even have a job. We have succumbed to these ways and beliefs that tell us, you know what? It's okay for you to be in a bad job. Be thankful that you have one. And I'm gonna be really honest with you, and I'm sure you felt like this too. But the longer that the environment of the workplace that I'm in continues to be toxic, I'm not grateful to have that job. What I am gonna start doing is looking for a better place. What I am going to start doing is resenting going to work. And so I've worked bad jobs. I mean, I've been in situations where I was happy with the type of job I had, and then I got laid off. And then I remember having to go work for people that I knew, and how just because now I became a subordinate to them, I remember how they treated me. I remember how bad I felt because I couldn't continue to do the things that I did because I was laid off and I needed a job. I remember what it was like to go from a corporate job to working retail the following week. To make ends meet, I had to add a second job and actually work in a warehouse at night, even early in the mornings. And I remember how working in those environments, how they made me feel. I remember how people would, just say certain things to you just because they know you needed a job. And I know people who work in really great jobs as well. They work in great offices and have the money that they need to live the comfortable life that's good for them, and they still don't like it. They resent it. They resent Monday morning on Sunday morning. They're looking forward to Friday afternoon on Monday morning on the way to work. And so I started asking myself several years ago, why is it always, this way? And is there a possibility to create solutions so that workplace culture can become better? So that it's no longer, I can't wait for Friday, but you start to say, I'm looking forward to making an impact and adding value Monday through Friday. And so I began to do research, and I began to look at all the things that were happening around workplace culture. And long time ago, 10, 20 years ago, people thought, just add more fun to the office, and fun didn't work. People said, well, you should add meditation rooms. And some of that actually worked because it helped to increase, relaxation in the office and in chaotic environments and places where there's a lot of complexity. But what I started to recognize was that the demand of emails, the demand of phone calls, the next meeting, the presentation that you got to prepare for, the flight across country, none of those things were the reason that the job was stressful. It had nothing to do with the fact that I've got a big meeting coming up and I'm the responsible person for the reports that happen every month, and I've got to be able to show that we're making growth. None of that was actually the issue. What I found out in my own personal experience was the real issue was the interactions between the people, the gossip that was happening, the water cooler conversations, the backbiting that was happening, the pushing people out, the fear of people who had a lot of influence. I remember being told in one particular setting that I needed to back down because people have been fired who were like me. And this was a new manager that I had that had just come on to the department. And I happened to have all of the great relationships with all of the senior leadership. And so they didn't like the fact that they were my boss and that the senior management of the company was telling them to come to me for all the updates on reports and where we were. And I remember how that made me feel. And I thought about, I don't want people to have to deal with that. I want to be able to be a value add to any team, any company, any organization that is looking to promote healthy workplace culture. And what I began to do was to build and create the type of system that I thought would help benefit people in a gradual way to create long-lasting change that brought everyone on the team together and created a better sense of re-engagement, a culture of understanding the values, a way that people could now begin to work together in a synergy that built healthy relationships, to where now you look forward to that one-on-one meeting with your boss, to where now you look forward to hanging out with the team after work, to where you really look forward to the next project that's coming or the change that might happen because you know you have people that got your back. And you know that you're understood by the folks all around you. And most importantly, you know that what you do has value. So that's the reason why I care so much, because I get tired of people living great lives outside of work, but they hate the work that they do. And it's not the actual job, it's the interactions in between it. And so I built the See Beyond Your Current Culture program because I learned that one day you can have the type of life that you want in and outside of work. You can marry the two, and more importantly, whether you're in leadership or whether you're middle management or whether you're the guy that's just coming in the door, no matter where you are on that spectrum, you deserve as a human to have better relationship at work. You deserve the right to be able to walk into your place and talk well about your organization outside of where you are. You deserve the right to be able to have a great rapport that allows you to climb the ladder if that's what you choose to do, or to branch out and do your own thing and be supported by that. You deserve those things. And more importantly, as a company, you deserve to have healthy people working with you on new projects. You deserve to have a reorg go smoothly. You deserve to make changes inside of your organization structure and bring everyone with you, instead of firing the whole team and thinking bringing on new people is going to help. It's not what's going to help. And so the program that we built, the way that we've created this program is highly engaging, highly interactive. And more importantly, what it does is it gives you, the person who's holding the program in their hand, the right to create the type of culture that you want. Listen, there's plenty of ways to be able to see our information. I want to encourage you today to review the program and start to ask yourself this question. If I could create the culture that I wanted, and there was a simple 5-step simple solution in order to be able to do that, would I at least give it a chance? Would I at least look at it to see how we can implement it in our organization? And I promise you, my role is very, very simple. And my innovative approach is very, very simple. I'm going to give you a tip right now. It's to make you look good during the process of change. Listen, change is not easy. And to be honest, in a survey of 365 businesses that were done, they all wanted to be able to make change. 75% of them knew they needed to make change, they just didn't know how to do it. But when it came down to actually executing, only 10% of those companies were able to do it. And so I want to increase those numbers. I want to be able to show you how you can use a system, a method, a way that brings everybody together and re-engages every single employee from the top down and truly create a healthy, sustainable culture that you can now build and have other people outside of the organization feel through your products and services. I look forward to joining you, and I look forward to helping you see beyond your current culture. Take care.